visits, sometimes other medical providers that they have to get to, sometimes even work. So one thing that's smart to do is to have rental insurance in your own auto insurance policy. So that's something that you can talk to your insurance provider and make sure you get that in there. If you don't, most adverse insurance companies, the party that it's at fault, their insurance carrier will also usually kick in and provide a reasonable amount of time in a rental vehicle. They'll pay for a reasonable amount of time. That can be a very short period of time, though, so you want to make sure that you're contacting an attorney to see what your options are in that circumstance.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. The next question we had was, if I'm in a car accident with another party and that party leaves the scene of the accident before the police arrive, or before I can obtain their information, what should I do?
This actually happens quite often, people that are leaving the scene of an accident after they cause it because they're afraid of the consequences that they may have. Another reason that it's vitally important to look at your insurance policy closely is that if you do not have uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage, specifically in this instance uninsured, you may be out of luck in this circumstance. But if you did get that uninsured motorist coverage, which is an option you can have in your insurance policy, and most people do have that, then you can, well, the first thing to do in an accident is to call the police and make sure that they take a report. Try to gather as much evidence as you can, see if there's other witnesses that we can track down this person. Call an attorney who may be able to have some resources of looking up where this person was, if there was any witness statements. But you always have your own insurance policy to fall back on, which is your uninsured motorist policy, which would compensate you in what we call the phantom vehicle type of situation.
Gotcha. Okay. Next question we have is, if I'm involved in an accident with a person that lives in another state, what should I do?
Again, you want to first make sure that you have the police come out to the scene of the accident, because in this kind of circumstance, we have an individual who lives in another state. We want to make sure we have the correct information from them. So we need to get their name, their date of birth, their policy that they have, where they live, address. Those kind of things are important, and the police will take that. And actually, most of the time when there's an auto accident and the police come to the scene, they have an information sheet that they exchange with the parties who have been involved that will list on there the name, address, all the identifying information that you will need. You can then take that sheet and bring it directly to an attorney who will be able to track down that person's insurance coverage, send them a notice, open up a claim for you, and even if it's out of state, get that taken care of. Just of a note, typically you need an attorney that practices in the state where the accident occurred. So if you're in another state, say you're in California and get in an accident, you're going to typically need a California attorney. If you're in Arizona, you need an Arizona attorney. Another attorney in another state can actually handle a claim, but not to the point of actually filing a lawsuit, which
Gotcha.
So that's how that works.
Okay, all right. And the final question we have is, if I loan my car to a friend and they're in a serious accident, what happens in that scenario?
That's actually something that occurs also from time to time. It's a serious situation where someone has loaned their vehicle out to another party, and that party has gotten into an accident causing that accident. What you need to be aware of is that your insurance follows the vehicle.